Welcome guys, in this video we are going to see how you can generate the dummy data for your database tables, and you can customize the columns and have as much data as you want. For example, I have here data 100,000 plus columns, rows, and if I want to I could add more columns, but so far I have first name, last name, email. So if you want to customize it or change it, you can do that too. It is not going to take much time and you can do it all by yourself easily. So let's get started and see how you can do it. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how you can generate different type of content and different columns. So currently we are having here employee table. Don't want to delete it. I just go to operations and rename it. I can rename the table here and just hit go. Okay, so we have employees 1 here. Now we need to create a brand new table. So we go to post. The link is in the description. What you need to do, go there. The first query is given. It is basically to create the table. So if we go back here in SQL, I paste this query. Now let's see what this query does. It's going to create a table name employee. If you want different data, you can give a different name. There are column employee ID, which is auto increment, primary key, and integer. So then we have first name, last name, email. If you want to add more columns, you can do that here based on your requirement. So far, I'm going to work with these columns. I hit go here. It is going to add a brand new table for us, which is employee. So we have all these columns. Now we have the table, so let's enter the data into it. So go back to the post, scroll down. There is first, we're going to use the stored procedures here. Now, the one we have here, you can just copy the first one and go back to the SQL code, paste in there. Now let's see what is happening here. So basically we are creating a procedure with the name. You can edit the name if you want something different. Here we are setting a delimiter and just saying that avoid the delimiter is going to be $, and then here we are declaring a counter variable, and then it is an integer. Default value is set to 1. Here I'm setting the count that this is going to run the loop this many times, so it is going to insert this many rows. So if you want to adjust this, you can adjust this. If you want 100,000, you can put here. So it is going to insert 100,000 records in your database. Now here we have the first name, then the counter. We are concatenating it so that it's going to have a first name string and then a number, then the second name, and then the numbers, just like that. So you can see that. Now I'm going to run it. So here the counter increases every time, which is basically loop, where that counter increases, and each time it increases until 10,000, so that it will have 10,000 records, because we need to stop at 10,000. So I hit go, and here what it did, it is created a stored procedure. To see it, refresh, and here you will see procedures. If you're using any other application there, it might be a bit different, but you need to go under procedures. There you can execute it. Alright, so when you hit this, it is going to insert the entries into employees table. Currently employees table is empty, so what I do, I go here, execute, and I wait for it to complete. Now if you face any error at this point, might be based on timeout or memory, you need to play with the PHP ini file, so for your system, for your XAMPP setup or Docker, whatever you're using, because this is going to take time as well as memory, so make sure you have enough. If you are trying to add 100,000 records at once, it will take some time as well as the resources, so you need to make some adjustments there. Okay, so we wait to complete. Alright, so it is completed. We count success message. So if I go to employees table, I get here the first 10,000 entries. If you see, first name has first one, last name and last one, then first two, last two. So you get the idea that a loop is increasing the number and concatenating with the string. Now if you want to generate random content, no, you don't want like first 1, 2 or something like this. You want random characters. So what you can do in that case, go back to that page, scroll down. There is another stored procedure. You can copy that and make sure you completely copy it. So till delimiter, go back here, and in SQL, first we need to delete this one because I want to use the same name. So if you want to have same name, you need to delete the previous one. Here, what we are changing basically 10,000 records, it's going to insert the same way, but this time it is going to put the random strings. So it is using a random function here, and it is going to use this strings and put in there. Then we are putting into a variable here, and at last we are saying insert statement, and we are passing those variables one by one. Okay, so let's do this. So I hit it. It creates the store procedure. I refresh the page here, and we again have a procedure. Now before executing this one, I need to delete the previous one, data. So to empty the table, you go to operations and truncate the table. So we do that. And now the employee table is empty. So I go back to the procedure, execute it. Now it is going to insert the 10,000 records with randomly generated content. So, okay, we got success message. Go to employee table. This time you can see that they are randomly generated characters here, numbers and characters here. Now I'm putting it in the first name. You might have a different column name where you need the randomly generated characters, so you can do that, adjust accordingly. So I'm just trying to show you how you can do it. Now here emails doesn't make sense like the way characters are here, so we need more realistic data. So if you need more realistic data, we have a different approach for that. So if you go back to the posts here, scroll a bit more down. Now here, if you see, we are creating a table, and then we are putting some words there. So let's see what exactly it is. We need to have realistic names. So for that, we need to do this approach. I am going to copy this. We have 100 words here, and I'm going to go back in SQL, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, then scroll up. So what we are doing, we are creating a table with the name of random words. We are passing ID and word. All right, ID will be auto increment. So 1, 2, 3, 4 all by itself. Inserting the names. So we are passing some random words, James, John, some most common words, and this. And later on we will be using it in our procedure. So let's see. So I hit it go. It creates a table, random words. You get all these words here. So far I have 99 entries here, so you might want to have more depending on your requirement. Now if I go to employees, I need to remove this data. I go to operation and truncate so that this table is empty. So go employee, it's empty now. In procedure, I'm gonna drop this procedure. I go back to the site from the link. I pick the last procedure given here. Copy, go back, SQL, paste the procedure. Now let's see what we are doing here. So here we are creating the procedure with the same name. We have counter as well, and these are the columns basically. Then here we are saying 10,000 times, and so it's gonna add 10,000 rows. So what I do, I say 100,000 so that you guys can see that we inserted that much data. Here we are saying, okay, first name, get a word from a random words table randomly and get one word at a time. So we are putting a limit of 1. So each time it will pick one word. Now here I'm concatenating it because it's first name and last name. You can put in a username or something, but for now I'm putting it in first name. So first name usually a single word, but here I'm adding 2 just to demonstrate it. You can adjust it according to your needs. The same way we're concatenating the first name and first name 2 with the email. So again, you can adjust according to your requirements. So what we need to do here is now we need to run it, and here it creates the procedure, and now this process is going to take some time. So employees is currently empty, and I run this procedure. Alright guys, it completed with an error. MySQL out of range value column salary at row 1. So basically we are defining, if I go back to the employee, the procedure first, and then edit here, counter into 1,000 and then 50,000 plus, and it exceeded the number which was the maximum allowed. So that's it cost. But so far I believe we still have managed to get all the data. So if I go to employees here, if you refresh here, we already have 99,904 49. So you get the idea that the way it is working properly. Now we have the first name. As I mentioned already, we have 2 words. You should have 1, but based on it, if maybe you want a username here, so you can generate the data. Emails are now more realistic, and your data will be more realistic, so you can adjust it accordingly. And in case of the procedure, you can make it a bit less of a number so that we are allowed to, we won't face that error. Say here it's into 1000, you can make it into 10, and not there. Here you can make it into 10, and then add it into the 50,000 or whatever number you want to. You get the point. This was the basic issue. Alright, so this is how you generate the data. I just generated almost 100,000 records in front of you. Previously I also used the same way to generate the data. So this way you can generate it. It takes less time, and you'll be able to use this data in any of your application. Hope you like this. See you in the next video. Do subscribe and like, and see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.